Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to dive into the biggest question that's been haunting Deadpool fans for years. Will we ever see Deadpool 4? The Merc with a Mouth has sliced, diced, and wisecracked his way into our hearts since his debut in 2016. But recently, Ryan Reynolds himself dropped a bombshell that's left fans scratching their heads. He might not return for Deadpool 4. Is this the end of everyone's favorite anti-hero? Let's dive into the details, and by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why Ryan Reynolds is considering stepping away from the red suit. Before we get into the reasons why Reynolds might not want to do Deadpool 4, let's take a quick trip down memory lane. Remember when Deadpool was nothing more than a studio afterthought? In fact, the character's first cinematic appearance in X-Men Origins Wolverine was a disaster. Fans were curious when they saw their beloved Wade Wilson with his mouth sewn shut. But it was Ryan Reynolds who never gave up on the character. He pushed, pleaded, and practically kicked down the doors at 20th Century Fox until they gave him the green light to do Deadpool right. The rest, as they say, is history. When Deadpool finally hit theaters, it smashed records and became the highest grossing R-rated film at the time. It was fresh, hilarious, and most importantly, authentic to the source material. Ryan Reynolds' performance was a big reason for that. He didn't just play Deadpool, he became Deadpool. And for fans, that's exactly what made the movies so special. But even with all that success, why does it seem like Reynolds is ready to hang up the katanas?
I gotta take you back to long before I squeeze this ass.
Ryan Reynolds has been pretty candid about his thoughts on the future of Deadpool. While promoting Deadpool 3, he mentioned that he's satisfied with the trilogy and doesn't feel a pressing need to continue beyond that. But what's really behind those words? Could it be creative fatigue? Or perhaps a sense of closure after telling the stories he wanted to tell? For a character that's known for pushing boundaries, maybe Reynolds felt that the well of ideas is starting to dry up. But that's not the only reason. Reynolds has also mentioned that the stakes have changed. With the Disney-Fox merger, Deadpool is now under the Marvel Studios umbrella. This brings a whole new set of challenges. Can Deadpool remain true to its R-rated roots in a universe that's mostly PG-13? Well, we saw that on Deadpool and Wolverine, and fans have been vocal about their fears that Disney might tone down the raunchy humor and ultra-violence that made Deadpool such a hit. And that's something Reynolds might not want to compromise on. Reynolds also hinted at how the character's unpredictable nature could be a double-edged sword. While Deadpool's irreverent humor and genre-bending antics have been his biggest strengths, it's also a difficult tightrope to walk. How many times can you break the fourth wall before it becomes stale? Reynolds may worry about diminishing returns, and he's always been an advocate for leaving the audience wanting more rather than overstaying his welcome. When Disney acquired 20th Century Fox, it wasn't just a merger, it was a seismic shift in the entertainment industry. Suddenly, Deadpool was a part of a universe where superheroes like Spider-Man and Captain America reign supreme. On one hand, this opens up incredible crossover opportunities. Imagine Deadpool trading quips with Thor, getting to a brawl with the Hulk. But on the other hand, it creates a problem. His humor, violence, and meta-commentary are worlds apart from the tone of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So, what's Disney's plan? While they've reassured fans that Deadpool 3 will remain R-rated, it's unclear if they'll maintain that tone in future films. This uncertainty is likely a big factor in Reynolds' hesitation. He's fought too hard to bring Deadpool to life in his purest form, and the last thing he wants is to dilute that for the sake of broader appeal. Moreover, the transition from an independent, more creatively free production to the heavily interconnected MCU is not something that can be taken lightly. The beauty of Deadpool lies in its ability to poke fun at not just the superhero genre, but the very studio system that created it. With Disney in the mix, Reynolds might feel that the character's ability to be subversive may be compromised. After all, how can you effectively make fun of something when you're a part of it? Beyond the corporate hurdles, there's also the question of personal fulfillment. Ryan Reynolds has expressed immense pride in what he's achieved with Deadpool. After spending years advocating for the characters and delivering not one, but two genre-defining films, he might feel that there's a little left to prove. Creative professionals often reach a point where they'd rather bow out on a high note than risk repeating themselves. Reynolds has always been about more than just Deadpool. In recent years, he's been branching out into business ventures, producing content, and taking on more varied roles. His success with Aviation Gen and Mint Mobile shows his knack for entrepreneurship, while his investments in content production reflect his growing interest in creating rather than just performing. The entertainment industry is rapidly evolving, and Reynolds is clearly someone who enjoys staying ahead of the curve. Perhaps stepping away from Deadpool is more about broadening his horizons than leaving something behind. There's also the matter of time commitment required to make a Deadpool film. These aren't small productions. The rigorous training, long shoots, and extensive promotional tours take a toll, even for someone as enthusiastic as Reynolds. He's spoken before about wanting to spend more time with his family and focus on projects that align with his evolving interests. Given all this, it's not hard to see why he might be ready to pass the torch. Now let's talk about Deadpool 3. It's been a massive event that could either conclude Deadpool's journey or set the stage for more adventures. This is spoiler-free. Hugh Jackman returning as Wolverine, rumors of multiverse plotline, stakes have never been higher. There's also the possibility that it will serve as a passing of the torch. Could we see a new character take up the mantle? Or maybe spin-offs of the X-Force? If you'd see it, go watch it again. If you didn't see it, yeah, you should have. As expected, fans are divided. Some are devastated at the thought of Reynolds stepping away, while others believe it's the right move to prevent the character from overstaying his welcome. Online forums, social media are buzzing with theories, with lists and debates. For some, the idea of Deadpool 4 without Reynolds is unimaginable. But for others, the potential for fresh blood in the franchise is exciting. The one thing everyone agrees on, though, is that if this is the end, it's epic. Fans have also expressed their desire to see Deadpool tackle new genres or narratives. Imagine a horror-themed Deadpool film or a body cop adventure where he teams up with an unlikely hero, let's say Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, something like that. These ideas showcase the character's versatility and highlight some people that believe that Deadpool 4 could offer something truly unique, something that breaks the mold even more than its predecessors did. So what if it would happen? What could it look like? With the multiverse now a central theme in the MCU, the possibilities are endless. Maybe we get a full-blown parody of the superhero genre with Deadpool hopping from universe to universe, encountering alternate versions of himself and other iconic characters, or maybe it's a more personal story, focusing on Wade Wilson's internal struggles as he grapples with his place in a world dominated by gods and monsters. Alternatively, the film could shift gears entirely and focus on other characters from the Deadpool universe. X-Force, Cable, Domino, there's plenty of material to explore, and these characters have already proven they can hold their own. In this scenario, Reynolds could still be involved as a producer or cameo, but it would allow the franchise to evolve without his constant presence. Another idea would be that it could take a full meta approach, completely breaking the boundaries of not just its universe but cinema itself. What if Deadpool actually realized he's no longer being played by Ryan Reynolds? This could lead to a hilarious and existential plot where Deadpool auditions new actors to replace him essentially, all while causing chaos across the multiverse. We could also see a film that explored Deadpool's role in a post-superhero world. What happens when the superhero genre begins to decline in popularity and Deadpool is one of the last remaining icons? How does he adapt? And can he find new relevance in a world that's ready to move on? This direction would allow it to explore deeper themes while still maintaining the humor and irreverence that fans love. One of the key takeaways from this entire discussion is that while Ryan Reynolds has been the heart and soul of Deadpool, the character is bigger than any single actor. Just like other iconic heroes, Batman, Spider-Man, James Bond, Deadpool could eventually be imagined with a different actor or even a different format. Animation, spin-off series, or a prequel exploring Wade Wilson's early life could all be avenues to explore. This would allow new creative voices to bring fresh perspectives to the character while still respecting what Reynolds and the original team achieved. Reynolds stepping back could open the door for other talented actors and filmmakers to leave their mark, ensuring that Deadpool remains relevant for years to come.
And then I'll leave.
As we look forward to the future, one thing is clear: whether or not Deadpool 4 happens, Ryan Reynolds has already cemented his legacy. He turned the once-forgotten character into a global phenomenon, changed the landscape of superhero films, and gave us 2 or in fact 3 movies that fans will cherish forever. If this really is the end, we can rest easy knowing that Deadpool went out on top. But hey, this is Deadpool we're talking about. Just when you think you've seen the last of him, he's back with a wink and a one-liner. So while Reynolds might be teasing the end, don't be surprised if our favorite mercenary has one last surprise up his sleeve. Until then, let's sit back, relax, and get ready for whatever comes next.
Let's fucking go.